promised a big surprise to speak about Taylor Swift, the greatest singer-songwriter of all time. And I'm delivering our pal, everybody's pal, Val Capone is here. Val!
Hey!
How are you?
Hey! I'm so stoked. And also, I have the worst internet ever. So I do apologize.
No, I was going to enjoy just hanging out, but it's good to see you, Val. How you doing?
Hi, Joel. Oh, I'm so excited. Is everybody so stoked for 1989 Taylor's version? I have a blue puppy.
Joel is trying to change the background on this show.
I was trying to get the 3-person overlay. My bad.
Oh.
I just clicked the wrong one.
Yeah. No, I'm very gender fluid, but if you want to say female, I'm down with that because, I typically use she, her pronouns. So thank you. Yeah. And I can't believe I got called the internet's or Twitter's or whatever exerters biggest Taylor Swift fan. Yes.
Yeah, you type it in there and it's right there. Granted, Denise Salcedo blocked Jeremy Lambert a long time ago for that. But
I love Denise. She's my girl. And I got to intro her at Warrior Wrestling. And when she came out to Taylor Swift, I was like, this is how I know we're besties for realsies because we're both Tay-Tay fans. Yeah. I mean, I'm wearing a bunch of bracelets, one from just about every era. Yep.
I love it.
Even debut. I'm wearing 15 because when I saw her in Nashville, she played it and made me cry because, seeing her sing it to that massive crowd and knowing that when she was 15, writing that song there and watching her playing in this, I started bawling.
Which Nashville show did you go to?
Not the Rain show. I saw night 2. I saw the very controversial Maddie Healy. But also, I got to see Phoebe Bridgers do a duet with Taylor. So I blocked out the trashy Maddie Healy. So,
Val, what is your favorite Taylor Swift era?
The impending take back that power Reputation era. Oof. Because now we got Bad Blood. Even though I'm also a Katy cat, so when that song came out, that kind of hurt my soul. But
you're friends now. It's good. It's all
I
good.
Know. When cheeseburgers and
yes.
Here's Bad Blood right here. This was given to me by the sweetest mama. She was super baby. Oh, she was a mega babe. And her sweet little darling daughter gave me this lover bracelet. I was wearing the outfit that I did ring announcing for Black Label Pro on Fight TV, where I had a glitch and I botched Josh Alexander's name, even though he's my bro. Way to go, Valfonce. It was during Double or Nothing. Yeah, Double or Nothing in Vegas. That's where I should live forever, by the way. And I was wearing this pink lame fringe dress, So I wore that to Tay-Tay because Nashville fringe and pink lame. And I didn't have any bracelets to trade because I work 75 hours a day and 85 days a week. And this little cute Cindy Lou who comes up to me and she goes, I love your dress. Can I give you a bracelet? And so I melted and she gave me this lover bracelet. She said, you're in your lover era. And her mom was like, just let her give you a bracelet. Because I was like, I don't have one to trade you. I'm a terrible Swiftie. I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, I love your dress. And then her mom was smoking hot. And she was like,
there it is.
I think you're a bad bee. But she said the word, which I won't say because I don't want to demonetize you like I do every time I'm on Fightful Select.
It's been an hour and some. You can say it. You're fine.
No, I won't. Because I'm talking about Taylor Swift, Dr. Taylor Allison Swift. And so then she gave me a Bad Blood bracelet. So I wear them every single day. And yeah.
We can only curse in the name of Taylor Swift if we're talking Evermore or Folklore era.
I'm an ever whore. I can't believe how many people trash that record. It hurts my soul.
We gotta fight these people.
I will murder them all, even though the person that I'm seeing reminds me on the daily, honey, no murder. I'm like,
I feel it's worth it. If they're trashing those albums, yeah. I feel like it's justified. Any jury in their right mind would let you off.
I mean, that's like a get out of jail literally free card.
Yeah.
And I will pass go and collect $200. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I'm an ever whore for life. Reputation is my favorite album because brilliant, even though prior to his very wrong things that I will not discuss because I'm a positive queen, Kanye was one of my favorite artists of all time. So that was very conflict for me as well. But the fact that she was able to take the power back and like reclaim the hellstorm that was thrust upon her because of something that very publicly like all but ruined her life in a very heinous way. Could you imagine millions of people deciding like, I hate Taylor Swift party? I mean, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I'm used to people hating on me. That's fine. I don't care. Like, if the worst part of my life is that somebody I don't even know is talking smack about me and telling me that I'm fat, I'm old, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm not good at ring announcing. Oh, all she's doing is talking about blah, 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 instead of noticing the hurricanrana off the top rope or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. Like, thanks. Commentary is very difficult. And if I don't notice every single subtle nuance, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Hate me in the comments. It's fine. I love my life and I'm having a good job. I got hit by a semi and lived when I was a teenager. I'm doing all right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. But I couldn't imagine the entire world hating me and creating like the snake emoji trend, but then like reclaiming that and putting out this amazing record of taking the power back. Also, it's like a love letter to the person that she became a smitten kitten with during that era. Oh, brilliant. Yes. So I love the doctor. I love her.
It's amazing and like a little bit scary to me how people can leverage their fan base. Like it's I think it's amazing, but I think it's such a balancing act to harness that power.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, I feel like I know that a lot of people hate on her for various reasons. Most of them I can't understand, but I try to have an understanding because everybody has the right to their opinion, even if I don't agree with it to a certain extent, right? Like if it's fueled by hate, like in heinous ways, like if you just don't like something, that's one thing. But if you hate somebody because of their gender, identity, race, whatever, then you're a freaking moron and please jump off a cliff, do the world a favor. But if you don't like somebody because you're not keen on their music or you just don't vibe, that's your opinion, whatever. But like Taylor does so much good for the planet. Like quite literally, she is pulling the US out of a recession. Like what? Like who has done that? Also, Cruel Summer came out years ago and is the #1 hit. Like who does that? Every single city she goes to, she has donated hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, I mean, well, I shouldn't say hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most cities, she's donated tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars to food banks. Like she just quite publicly, although it leaked, she didn't want to do it publicly because she is a very private person. She donated $100,000. She gave a $100,000 bonus to each of her truck drivers. Like Tall Dad, my father, has been a roadie my entire life. He's like the king of all roadies. He's on a small tour right now with REO Speedwagon and Tesla, which is pretty cool. My dad just broke his neck in May, and he's such a badass that he's like already on tour because he's an idiot. But, you know, that's why I work 75 hours a day, right? Because that's where I get it from. But like she just gave $100,000 bonuses to truck drivers. I mean, growing up as a roadie brat, it's a very lonely life being a roadie. And you don't get $100,000 bonuses. You don't even get the artists that acknowledge your presence. I mean, I was just having a conversation with somebody last night about another artist who's, I will not name because I don't like to be negative, but maybe the most famous vegan in the world. And we hate it when our friends become successful. Anybody that knows music may know who I'm referring to, who quite literally makes people turn and face the wall when he walks by. And I know this as fact because my family works in the industry. Taylor doesn't do that. She loves the crew. She learns their names. She knows their families' names. And she does that with her fans also. She secretly, until people put it on the internet now, she secretly pays off college debt, medical debt. She visits people in the hospital. I mean, she's an angel. She's an angel, baby. I love her. Yes.
Val, Taylor is taking over the wrestling world even this week. We have MJF dropping a Taylor Swift line, dropping a Shake It Off reference. And then hours later, we get the 1989 Taylor's version announcement. So first, thoughts on MJF, basically trying to utilize Taylor's name for good, as he is now a good baby face, I guess. And then, we got to talk about 1989.
I mean, the devil himself has got to be a Swiftie, is what that says to me. And if that doesn't tell you what an angel baby Dr. Taylor Allison Swift is, I don't know what does. And I feel bad for Roddy, because I feel like he's definitely has a Hello Kitty pillow. That's got to be a thing, which I support.
He bought it for his kid, damn it.
He may have, but also, Hello Kitty that's a great tie-in, because Hello Kitty is from London. Like, I don't know if you know the lore of Hello Kitty, but quite honestly, she's a Londoner. Like, it's a true story. It came out a few years ago that Hello Kitty is a modern woman in London, which I was like, I thought she was a cat. But yeah, Hello Kitty's from London. So way to go, MJF. It's a tie-in to All In. And I love that he try to say that Roddy is like the dweeb that's but also listening to Taylor Swift. Oh, and I love that my world not just collided, imploded, like universes slammed together when the entire audience started chanting Shake It Off.
So good.
And that's I work with Dreamwave, and that's my entrance music for Dreamwave. So I had chills when the whole crowd started chanting Shake It Off. I thought it was brilliant. And MJF is a destroyer of worlds on microphones. And so that the fact that he brought in Tay-Tay into the mix, perfection. I thought it was a brilliant promo, and Roddy's reaction was ace. So, and Adam Cole, perfect. Yeah.
Shake It Off is my go-to karaoke song as well. I feel like if you don't listen to that song and cannot just get hype and ready to go and just start dancing, there's kind of something wrong with you.
Oh, agreed. And it kind of became my impromptu for Dreamwave, because as a ring announcer, I typically don't get entrance music like I did for Effie's Big Gay Brunch in Dallas. Effie was like, no, we want to have the whole pop for the whole crew. So all the people on mics are going to come out, like you, J Rose, Pollo Demar. And so I was like, Shania Twain, man, I feel like a woman. I just randomly pulled it out. I thought it would be fun for a Dallas crowd, right? And I had a leopard one piece with fringe, but I was I was making my debut with Dreamwave. And so I was trying to get myself hyped up, and I was like, shake it off, especially since we just had the Tay-Quake, in Seattle. And my friends that are Seahawks fans were like, well, we had the what was it called? There was a Seattle Seahawks game, the playoffs, that they had seismic action on the Richter scale of 0.3, which is pretty impressive that the Seattle Seahawks fans caused a 0.3 react on the Richter scale. Shake It Off caused a 2.3 Tay-Quake. That's insane. She caused an earthquake in Seattle.
Can't be topped.
No. Come on, Joel. Support women.
That's fine.
Joel doesn't. This is what I'm trying to say. This is the chat is accusing me.
No, Jeremy supports women. Jeremy reached out to me. He immediately was like, yo, Valfonce. And I was like, ace, let's do this.
The moment I woke up and I saw your tweet, and I'm like, I gotta have Val on the show on Friday.
I was stoked because I told Joel
was like, oh, this is gonna be a 20-minute segment on the show. I was like, no, Joel, this is gonna be a whole show. We're just gonna talk about Taylor Swift. It's gonna be a whole show.
But so the best part though, and I don't think I should say this because I feel like my DMs are gonna be flooded with either hate or can you get me? The best part is I had to talk to Jeremy about scheduling around when the Toronto tickets go on sale,
I
have a code.
I will completely out myself right now and say yeah, I've already been please get me a ticket. Please, I will.
I'm going to do my best. I have a very limited budget because, I've been supporting Tall Dad and I with his broken neck. He's back to working, but for the past, since May when he broke his neck, it's just been me taking care of me and my 75-year-old father. So my funds are very limited, but I shot my shot and I put in for when the announcement of the second leg of the Eras tour, which I had to wear specifically. I just cut the sleeves off, you guys. This is one of the many shirts that I bought, which is why I think I got approved for a code because I buy merch so often. Oh, man. I'm never going to own a house.
I unfortunately got waitlisted. What was that, Joel?
So it's okay. I mean, I'm in a big city. I'm never going to afford a house either, and I don't buy.
I know. It's like it's part of it's because you'll notice like you should see my house. If you watch the indie that I did before the tornado tried to murder me, right. The end of it is like show and tell, where I'm just like, look at this, because I have so much random merch. But it's really just for the people that I truly love. Like China is one of my icons. I mean, she's my favorite wrestler of all time. And because she means so much to me. So I have like a bunch of China merch that's like kind of hard to find. Some of it I just, got off of the rack at Target. But I have so much Taylor Swift merch. And I buy a lot of it for my friends because I'm so appreciative that friends of mine who know that I love Taylor Swift, like my amazing friend Tara in Florida, she's a diehard Swiftie and she's also a fellow Lady Mark. Like we are always at wrestling. We met at NXT when it used to be at Full Sail. She's part of my like family of Floridians that I always go to shows with. And she's a diehard Swiftie. And she and our friend MK, who works at Disney, we were at Nashville together. And then for Tara and I, we went to Tampa Bay together. So, like I try to like get her something. So I think I got her the water bottle, which is next to my Daniel Bryan yes hands, because I had to get two because I can't just get one. You have to get two. But like, so the Taylor water bottle is right there because when I travel, I try to bring it with me. So yeah, I don't know. So if you need Taylor Swift merch, I got you covered. Because then I'll get more approval codes to buy more concert tickets because I have a problem.
I wish you all the luck in getting more tickets. I'm dead serious as I try to badger for a ticket for myself. I will immediately pay.
If I can, I will. Like,
I appreciate you.
It's hard to get them in bulk. Like in Glendale, Arizona, and one night in Chicago, I could only get a single. So like, if I can get 4, I'm going to shoot for 4. But like at the end of the day, if I just get 1, and Joel, it's for Toronto, so I'll come see you.
I'll see you there.
Joel has already given me I can stay at his place for this. So I mean, maybe not after today's show, Joel.
Yeah, there's a possibility that's
well, I missed the first part of the show because I was bartending last night trying to make Tay-Tay monies.
You're better off. Just start at the 30-minute mark when Kevin Bennett joins us, and then just go through.
I listened to most of his interview. He's great. He's amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Joel, we got a lot of money from the first 30 minutes of today's show. That's going to the Taylor Swift fund, Joel.
I love the El Joel Nerico.
Yeah. That was
Joel.
Val appreciates this, Joel.
That was really good.
Turns out Val is part of this too.
Val, last one, because we unfortunately do have to talk about other wrestling. Joel has made this a mandate today. He wouldn't let me just do a full-on Taylor Swift show. You see how I get treated on my own show?
Because he doesn't support women.
I do. There are other women we have to talk about as well.
I know. Val, last one. And I know this is a very difficult question, but favorite Taylor Swift song?
Oh. Oh yeah, that's a good song. I like that one.
That was on the if you lip read, you got that one. If your mic was your headphones were low, you might not have heard that one. So we won't repeat it.
This is not fair. This is Tay-Tay's choice. Okay, so I'll say that. How about I just say my favorite song live?
Okay,
sure.
Because it's hurt my soul, and I've never not cried when I've seen it. My Tears Ricochet.
Oh, really?
Oof. Oh, it's painful. Oh, shoot. Did I botch that? Okay, I wept during Ivy. I saw it in Cincinnati. And I traded bracelets with this lovely lad outside. That was like You're on Your Own, Kid is my favorite song off of Midnight's. And I really wanted to see it live, but it got ate up Tampa Night 2. My girl Tara saw it. And but from March 18th, I was hoping to see Ivy or You're on Your Own, Kid. And every night I was like, Ivy, Ivy, Ivy. Because also being a Wrigley kid, you know, growing up across the street from Wrigley Field, working at Wrigley Field for about 20 years now, Ivy is like such an important part of my being. And that song is so brilliant. And I just utterly love it. And every show, Ivy, 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 it never happened. And then Cincinnati was originally slated to be my last show. Now I'm going to Australia and hopefully Toronto. And I saw this lad outside wearing an Ivy shirt in Cincy, and me and one of my besties stopped him and were like, we love your shirt. And I had an Ivy bracelet that had green. And I was like, and he's like, oh girl, I love your Ivy bracelet. I was like, do you want it? And he's like, yeah, we could trade. What bracelet do you want? And he had like 80 of them. I was like, well, do you want to trade an Ivy for an Ivy? Do you have an Ivy? Because if we trade Ivies, maybe we'll get Ivy magic, and then she'll play Ivy tonight. And you know, because that's how the possums and squirrels in my brain work. And he was like, okay, girl, love you, girl. Hope we get Ivy, girl. And I was like, yeah, girl, yeah. And Erin Dentner is from Cincinnati. So Taylor did her sweet speeches as she always does. She chats with the crowd and she's so personable and kind. And she like lets us in as to what all the meanings of the songs are, which not a lot of artists do live. And Erin came out and the entire place went feral, just erupted, just went utterly mental. It was brilliant. And we got Ivy and I just started weeping. And my girl, Julie, who took me because I'm officiating her wedding, which will be my 13th wedding on October 28th, the day after 1989 gets released. Yeah. So, all right. My Tears, Ricochet, and Ivy. So that's it. Final answer.
There it is.
See, this is why I think Folklore and Evermore are two of her best, like songwriting wise. Absolute,
Agreed.
just genius.
But Reputation is my favorite record.
Fair. I will always love Red and All Too Well. And then she released the 10-minute version, which is now my favorite song. But I will always love
Red was actually how I fell into Taylor fandom, because when I knew who she was and I was stoked, like, for as a woman, like seeing other women do badass things, always, right? So Young Prodigy, just killing it. Like, I enjoy country music. It's not my number one genre, but I'm not one of those people that's like, I like all music except for country. I like country music. It's fantastic. Like, I loved Alan Jackson, Garth Brooks, Patsy Cline, Reba McEntire, like, of course, Dolly, you know what I mean? Like, but I was like not super crazy into her debut album because that wasn't what I was doing at that time. But I was like, oh, she's great. And Mean is a great song. Mine, you know, like, and then Fearless, like all that era was not what I was super into. Speak Now, I was like, oh, Haunted is brilliant. Speak Now is great. But that was not the music that I was super keen on at that time. And then Red hit and I was playing roller derby and one of my teammates' names was Trouble Helix. And so I would always make mixes for the locker room to get my team hyped because I love music, right? It's my boombox. And then that's how I fell in love with Taylor Swift, because we would all sing Trouble every day. And I was like, whoa, she went from country to like dubstep. That's so rad that she's like experimenting with new sounds. And All Too Well was great. And I was like, Jake Gyllenhaal, what a jagoff, you know? And it was just cool. And then everything else fell into place where she started experimenting more and more. And yeah, Folklore and Evermore are just utter brilliance.
We're gonna go on this is gonna get us in trouble. We're gonna go on a countrywide murder tour for people who do not like this album. All right, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, me and you. We're gonna ever whore the universe.
Val, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck today in a couple of hours. I'm sending you all the positive vibes, all the love, and let everybody know where they can find you
at. Whatever it's called now, but I think it's Twitter. I don't know. It's at Val Capone. And then on Instagram at Valfonts. It's like Alphonse, but with a V. And, you know, you can see me at pretty much every wrestling show on the planet. I'm either on the mic or in the crowd being a Lady Mark Supreme. And I will be at All In. I'm so stoked. Me and a bunch of my girls will be there together. And I'll be at All Out because Chicago is my kind of town.
Thank you so much, Val. Really appreciate you joining us again. Good luck. I wish the best that you get tickets and somebody can get tickets. I'm always happy when my friends get tickets, even though I get waitlisted. Very sad, but yeah. I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for you.
All right. Thanks for having
Val.
me.
Thanks.
Thank
Val.
you.
See you
Thanks
again.
so much for having me.